Hey, fake friends, it's Starry Cosmic and Brian from That Fake Gamer Show. And, it's that. Are we gonna go with that? The fake friends
I think
thing?
so. Well, I think why not? As long as we just commit to calling them fake friends as our viewers, it'll stick eventually.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. I mean, when I used to do vlogs way back in the day, I just called the people who watched me viewership because I was too lazy to come up with anything catchy. So this is at least a step up from that.
True. At some point, I tried calling people starlings, but then I remembered I don't have any viewers, so
Right.
that
Well,
didn't work.
I think if we start it now where we don't have any viewers, and then people just hear it forever, they'll just come in and be like, "Oh, this must be a thing," and they won't know that we just made it up right now.
Sounds like a good deal.
I always think that calling people names, like giving them a moniker, is positive for community growth.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. You- I'll just agree with you and nod my head.
All right, social media mogul over here, Brian.
Hire him for things.
Just anything,
Okay.
whatever you need. You need someone to rake leaves? I got you. I need money. I'm real desperate. Just please call me.
Alright, so let's move on to our first story, which is not the people making noise in the background. It's
It's not the,
it's Mass Effect. Oh, I just hit my mic. I am sorry. It's the Mass Effect Andromeda drama. So
the Andromeda. Am I right?
yes.
It's like, you decided you were like, no, but you decided to say yes to keep the show going.
Yes, and I'm also opening a Coke. Not sponsored by Coke,
Yeah.
but if they ever want to sponsor us, I would totally be for that because Coke is the best.
Oh, man. All right, so yeah, what's happening with Mass Effect? Why is this a story this week?
So basically, they released the trailer and they've been releasing gameplay, and the animation has looked absolutely atrocious. Like, it's looked pretty much on par, if not worse, than the first Mass Effect game. So,
Which was for
and I
the
mean,
360.
it's 2017, and is this the third or the fourth game?
This is the fourth.
Right, so it's the
New
fourth game
trilogy.
of a really big series. So naturally, a lot of people are like, "What the heck is going on?" So there's basically like this whole big circle thing, and they've basically announced, "Oh yeah, by the way, about that gameplay, we're not fixing any of the animations before the release," and and there's a mixture of reasons why it's a problem. The first thing is that it's not the same studio that made the other Mass Effects. It's this, whoa, I don't want that. A video started playing, I'm sorry. Basically, first, one of their subsidiaries are working on it, and before they didn't, make a whole game, they didn't DLC and stuff like that, so they didn't, you have a completely different studio that's not used to making a whole game. Also, there have been some rumors that EA basically has been pressuring them to rush it out.
Right, because it's
And
been a long time between
it has,
3 and 4.
yeah, it has been, but at the same time, it's like, it's a big game. There's gonna be a lot of stuff going down, and, at the same time, I would personally, I'm one of those people who's like, I would rather have a game that's worth waiting for than have a game that's rushed out.
Right.
Because it looks really bad. Like, I showed you that gif of the punch that doesn't even connect.
It's amazing.
A lot of
It's real good.
oh my god. There's a lot of, facial issues, if you look at the main character, there's a lot of times where they just have this lazy eye. And that's happened with a lot of the facial rigs.
It's not a character trait. It's just a glitch.
Basically.
Eek.
Because they just didn't have enough time. And it's even gone as far as this one guy blamed this one girl. They're like, oh, you're... Because I think it said on her, Facebook page or something like that, oh, it's your fault this is happening because she claimed to be, the lead facial animator on the thing, which is ludicrous. If you've ever worked in a video game or even sat down and like researched a video game at all, you know that any issue in a game is never one person's fault.
Right.
Like, ever. There are so many people who touch and affect a game. And just facial animations alone, not just one person sits down and does that. You probably have about 20 people working on that. Like, there's so many different people working on a game in general. There's never ever just one person at fault. And it could be anything. It could be that it could be a whole lot of things, but basically it's not finished because they were pressured into shoving it out.
Yeah,
so
I could see that definitely happening, and I understand people just want to scapegoat other people when things go wrong. So I feel bad for that girl. Hopefully she's not catching too much flack about it online, and ultimately they'll patch it.
Yeah, and I guess part of the reason why she was being harassed was they're like, oh, you only got your job because you're actually this famous cosplayer or something.
Okay.
Which is really dumb. I don't know.
That sounds good. That seems like a thing that would really happen. It's like, hey, you're just a cosplayer. You've never coded or animated. Just come here, and you're going to do all the faces. That definitely sounds like a real thing.
Yep. It's just a whole mess. I don't know.
A whole
I just
rigmarole,
wish,
as they say.
I don't blame the studio in particularly. I feel like BioWare just, how do I explain it? Like, not BioWare. Is BioWare the one working on Andromeda? Yes. Question mark?
I don't know. It's not my kind of game.
Hold on. Let me look.
You're gonna have to Google it. You know, I'll just keep talking.
I'm pretty sure because you know what? I feel like, oh, you know what they did?
What?
Yeah, I think they are working on it, and they put it on one of their subsidiaries because the other team was working on
Dragon Age?
No.
That's the only other game I know by them.
Hold on.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, it is made by BioWare. Hold on. Oh, crap. Yeah, never mind. I thought that they made another game that just came out, and I was wrong.
No, that's right.
But yeah, it's just, trying to think. Where was I? Yeah, I don't blame them. I don't blame any one person. I think they just, for whatever reason, they gave it to someone who probably was not ready or prepared to make an entire Mass Effect game, especially one that needs to live up to the previous Mass Effects.
Right.
One, and they probably built it from the ground up. That's what it looks like to me. Because they probably wouldn't be having all these issues if they had, used all the previous elements.
Yeah.
But none of the facial stuff is going to be ready. And I'm sure a lot of it does have to do with the rumor that EA was, pushing things out, quicker than they could be finished in. Because it's just all unfinished. And we're going to probably have to wait a couple months to get any of that fixed. So it kind of, on one side, we're going to be able to have all these cool things. I don't know where I was going with that.
That's right. So from what it sounds like you're saying is hold off on buying Mass Effect until everything gets fixed, and then you can have the best experience once it's all sorted out.
Well, that's the thing. I don't want people to not buy the game on release, because the release, I don't want the game to do badly.
Right. Okay.
I just wish that I know it's less incentive for me to buy the game, because overall this is gonna hurt them, because EA is a bag of balls. I don't know why we let EA do anything anymore. They don't do anything good besides
Madden.
Sports game. Huh?
Besides Madden.
There you go.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but they don't really. They need to figure out their stuff.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't really play the Mass Effect games. I just have too many games on my list to go and start that whole franchise, considering how long it is. But I'd never like to see when a game people love is having trouble. I want all the gamers to be happy.
Yeah, well, that's never gonna happen.
No, there's always gonna be something.
There's always gonna be someone who's like, oh, this is the trash of the earth.
The trash of the earth.
Yep. I'm going with that. That's my new thing. Trash of the earth.
Oh, man. Alright, so we done with that topic? Ready to move on to Outlast?
Yep. Outlast 2 being banned in Australia because of sexual assault, I believe?
Yes, the phrasing I heard was implied rape scene, which is super vague.
Yeah, which, we know Outlast was gonna push it further, but as far as I know, what's kind of weird to me is the more I think about it, Outlast 1 did have implied, like, it had a lot of implied sexual scenes. Like, a lot.
Yeah, and for those who don't know, Outlast 1, incredibly successful game that was really made popular by people on, like, YouTube and Twitch. Smaller game, blew up, people really enjoy it. They had a, like, kind of like 1.5 come out pretty recently.
Yeah, they had a lot of DLC and stuff.
And now this is the second one, and it's banned in Australia.
Yep. And it's kind of... The original... Like, it's rated 18 plus already. We already knew it was going to be rated 18 plus, but I think this is going to bum a lot of Australian people. And obviously, they're going to have to censor some of it, so they can... If they want to make it into Australia. It does kind of suck that... they're banning it outright. I don't know how I feel about... I know that there are certain games which I can understand them being banned, but it's like, I don't know how I feel about banning media based off... You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I know there are a lot of games banned in Australia, and Australia has some really tight censorship, but I don't... It's kind of like, I get it, but at the same time, I'm kind of like, I don't know if banning it is really going to fix the problem.
Yeah, I mean,
they're trying to.
I'm more for the route of, like, you should let people put whatever they want into the game, but make them be very upfront with what's in the game, so that when people buy it, they know. Like, if they're going to be sensitive to that stuff, that maybe this game is not for them.
Yeah, and not just that, like... Something I've always felt about sensitive media is that sensitive media isn't necessarily a, what do you call it?
Sure.
It doesn't create culture. It's a reflection of culture. So rather than, I don't know if you heard about this, but a while ago, like, the United Nations tried to ban anime because of certain pornographic... Yeah, basically what happened was they felt that certain pornographic animations were basically hate crimes against women and something like that. I forget exactly what the details were.
Okay.
But they felt like, because there are, unfortunately, certain hentais that depict very young children in sexual situations, which is gross.
Yeah.
So they were trying to ban it for that reason, which I get to a point, but it's sort of like...
But they're two different things, right?
Yeah.
They were just like, this looks like this, so ban it all.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what the extent of the ban was. I'm pretty sure it was just focused on pornographic animation.
Right.
But it's sort of like... How do I explain it? I'm not very good at, like, articulating this sort of stuff. It's not... It doesn't create the problem. It reflects that the problem exists, and, like, banning things doesn't fix the problem, because instead you're just trying to repress that it exists. It's like you're trying to cover it up and hide it and bury it under the rug. Like, we don't allow this. You can't, Yep. It doesn't address the fact that people are in a mental state that they need to get help. Because I don't think it creates people who have that thought process. Rather, it reflects that the thought process is there and that they need help to begin with, and that something is not working within that culture.
Gotcha.
If that makes sense.
No, I definitely think you're right. I mean, I'm not for banning stuff. Staunch American, believe in freedom of speech, and I believe that you should be able to you should be able to say whatever you want in your artwork and stuff. But I think that the government shouldn't censor you, but I do think that when you're saying this stuff, you have to understand that there are individual people who may be offended or uncomfortable with the stuff that you're doing, if that makes sense.
Yeah, like, the way I feel about it is, okay, you can say or do whatever you want, but you have to be prepared to handle the consequences of what you're doing or saying.
Mm-hmm.
And what that could basically bring on. Because when you do or say something and that is accepted, it's sort of, it's part of society saying, oh, this person, it can influence, I think, but not create.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's sort of like if you create media and someone hates it and is, like, against it, well, for the people who are, like, for it and agree with you, it kind of tells them that line of thought is okay.
Right.
And I kind of get how, like, they're like, oh, if we ban it, this, people will... But it just kind of sweeps it under the rug. That's how I feel like bans act.
Right.
So let's go back to Outlast. To, like... I guess Australia... I think I already knew this. Like I said, Australia has a big habit of banning a lot of different titles. I know that there was a lot of content taken out of, I want to say, what's the game with the cars?
GTA?
Yes.
Yes, the game with the tires. Yes.
You knew what I was talking about.
Well, yeah, because I was like, what game with cars could be controversial? Oh, Grand Theft Auto.
There you go.
Yeah, especially the 5th one had some stuff in it.
Yeah, and I know that they do, like, they change a lot of stuff for Australia all the time, and it kind of, like, I don't know, Australia is obviously very different from America than a lot of people would think. Our gun laws are very different, and our, overall there's a lot of different things. Australia does tend to be a lot more liberal and stuff, but it's sort of like, at a certain point, you gotta know what's in your right to shield people from, I guess. So that's, I guess, what kind of bothers me. And obviously there are going to be a lot of Australian video gamers who are going to be bothered by this and are going to not be happy. And, I mean, again, they're just kind of sweeping it under the rug. Like, oh, it doesn't exist. This isn't something, that happens. This isn't something people think, or
Right.
have come up with. And I'm honestly not that surprised by the Outlast ban, because if you've seen Outlast, like the first Outlast at all, it's a very, very disturbing game. And from the demo that was out, this one showed that it was going to be another very, very disturbing game. And Outlast 1 really didn't hold back many shots. I mean, I can't remember how many penises were in that game. Let's just say that.
Right. Yeah, Outlast 1 was genuinely scary at parts. I remember it was the first game that I ever streamed, and it was, or one of the first ones rather, on the first night, and I was pretty drunk, and so was Timur and our other friends, and there's a moment in that stream where something jumps out at us, and all three of us literally jump up in the air and scream. So it was good. It was a good game, and I'm looking forward to the second one.
Yeah, we should definitely do a group let's play or stream of that when it comes out, right when it comes out.
Absolutely. I definitely think playing horror games in a group is the best. You feed off each other, and it makes it a lot more fun.
Yeah, although I will say that I am I might not necessarily scream unless I'm playing, but I am so jumpy at horror games. Lately with BioShock, I wasn't expecting so many jump scares, But, like, there will be times where there's not even a jump scare, and I'll just jump because something's in my face, and I'm like, oh my god, I was not expecting that. But it's not even that scary of a game. That's what kills me. Like, it's really not, but I'm just that person.
No. Hey, I mean, the reason I played BioShock in the first place is because I played the demo, and I was like, man, this demo is actually, like, scary. So I was so intrigued by it.
Well, yeah, my first, like, I knew what BioShock was before, but my first real look at gameplay from BioShock was BioShock Infinite, and that is so vastly different.
Yeah,
like, it starts up, it's all, it's so happy, and, you know, everything in the beginning, and it really does not, it's not scary. I'm gonna be honest with you, there's no, like, it's a completely different game, and I like that, because it's such a contrast, and it was supposed to be such a contrast, but, you know, in BioShock, the original, right out of the gate, they try and scare the shit out of you.
And that was the demo when you go down and the splicer, like, cuts open the thing, and you're just, like, trying to go through there. And it's awesome. Such a good game. That game series. Perfection. Oh, man.
Okay. So do we want to move on to the next topic, which is more in your area, I believe, the Ghost Recon?
Shooters?
Yes, I believe that's more up your alley, so I'll let you take it away on that.
Okay. According to several sources, Ghost Recon Wildlands is the highest, or rather, the most well-selling? Let me start this over. According to several sources, Ghost Recon Wildlands has had the highest opening week of sales for any new launch title in the UK this year. That means it beat out Horizon, which was number 1, and Breath of the Wild, which was number 2, and now those are 2 and 3 respectively. And I am kind of shocked, and I'm going to be very interested to see how the numbers play out here in America, where I would say probably the majority of gamers who are into this type of game are. You know, I think that's fair to say. There's probably a lot more bro gamers in America than anywhere else. And I think there are several reasons for it. The first of which is PC and Xbox One have been left out a bit on the exclusive side with Horizon and Breath of the Wild. So there were players who play mainly in those ecosystems were probably chomping at the bit for something, anything, because For Honor wasn't doing it. And and two, it's apparently a very good multiplayer game. And The Division is very similar to this game. Came out last year where you can hook up with like 3 other people and do missions together and just like have a good time. And I think that's definitely driving the sales for this, because a lot of people will be like, hey, I bought this game, you should buy it too so we can play together. And, you know, people get it and have a good time. But I was very surprised to hear that it's the number 1 debuting game in the UK so far this year.
Yeah, and I mean, it does make kind of sense where one was with what do you call it there, the Dawn game. Crap, I'm really
Horizon
bad with
Zero
names.
Dawn.
Yes, I'm so bad with names of anything ever. But with Horizon Zero Dawn, it was like it's a completely new thing, right?
Completely new franchise.
Yeah, it's a completely new franchise, so it makes sense that it wouldn't sell. Like, it's for being a completely new franchise, it's selling amazing.
Yeah,
but
it's just new shit.
Right, it would make sense that it might not sell quite as well as a game that already has a fan base, and you know it already has people who are gonna pre-ordering it, who are pre-ordering it and stuff, because they know, you know, when you know what's safe, you know what you like and stuff. There's more of a chance for people to want more of that. And then in Breath of the Wild's case, you know, you have a game that's what do you call it?
A huge franchise.
Yeah, it's a huge franchise, but it's also coming out on a completely new console. The only other console it's out on is
Wii U.
Right, Wii U,
Gotcha.
and that didn't sell a whole lot, you know, or as well as say like the PlayStation 4, you know.
Right. Well, hard
So
for that.
it's-
Yeah.
Yeah, so for a lot of people, they had to go out, if they wanted to play this game, they went out and bought a Switch, and that's a lot of money. A lot of people are, can't necessarily do that. It's also very hard to get a Switch right now. You basically had to land on the pre-order, and if you didn't, you had to get super ass lucky.
Yeah.
And even now, like, there's whole news articles about, oh, when is this person getting more, Switches? When is this company getting more Switches, So it's like it makes sense that not a lot of people would have it yet, No, because it's kind of limited.
I agree. And I think Breath of the Wild will probably just keep going as much as people are buying Switches. Because if you're going to buy a Switch, why would you not buy it?
Yeah, at this point, anyway.
Yeah, I heard like 9 of 10 people who bought the Switch are buying Legend of Zelda. What's that 10th person doing?
They're playing...
1-2 Switch?
Yeah, 1-2 Switch and Snip Clip or whatever it is.
It actually looks like a
Snipper Clip. Yeah, it actually looks really, really cute. And then or like some of the other game, or they're waiting for like Splatoon 2 or things like that.
Right, yeah. Ukulele, that kind of stuff. Ukulele
yep.
also looks great. Can't wait to play that game.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I don't really have much else to say about this one. I don't have it. I probably won't buy it until it goes on sale. If I ever want to play that type of game, I'll probably just go back to the Division, do some survival in that to scratch that itch. I just can't see myself personally paying another $60 for an experience that I pretty much already have in the Division. Granted, there are different settings, but as far as gameplay goes, from what I've seen, they look very, very close to one another.
Assy.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Well, it's funny too because it's like Ghost Recon. Hold on. So it's funny.
Thanks, Dad. Sorry, go ahead.
It's funny too because Ghost Recon was one of the reasons why I bought a 360 Gears of War and Ghost Recon back then. But Ghost Recon's been kind of quiet for a while now. So it's surprising that they've come back so strong with this one.
Yeah, good for them.
Good for Ghost Recon.
Huh?
It's like good for Ghost Recon. You did it. In the UK, you did it.
Yeah, we don't really know in the US. I think I saw somewhere that like Dawn Horizon has like sold like 26 million copies or something like that.
Wow.
It's a lot.
That's great. That's great for Guerrilla. It's an awesome game. It's pretty much all I play at the moment. Because I don't have a lot of time to play games, so it's like if I'm going to play games, I may as well play this to try to finish it.
Yeah. Right now I'm trying to finish BioShock so I can play other things. Not that I don't like the BioShock. I do like it a lot. It's just that it's one of those things that it's like, I know I'm going to have at least one jump scare, and I'm also very bad at it. I'm really, really bad.
That's all right. That's all right. I can't wait till you get to the end. We'll discuss that on the show because the ending is amazing.
Will do.
You haven't been spoiled, right?
No, not for the first one.
Awesome.
Don't tell me.
It's gonna be. I would never. It's gonna be so good.
Yeah, something. If big if, because I don't think it's ever really gonna happen. But if my channel ever gets big, I think or bigger rather, something I'm not gonna be looking forward to is people spoiling me in the comments. Like I'm just gonna have to not look at the comments ever.
Yeah, that's gonna be shitty. Yeah, don't do that. If you're one of those people, don't comment the ending of games.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't spoil things. Like, it's one thing if you're like, hey, you should check this out, It's sort of be like, nudge, 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 nudge. Don't tell me what it does. Just tell me, hey, check this out. Like, but don't tell me the end. I want to know. I want you guys to get my raw emotion when I get there.
I get that. Word, well, is there anything else you'd like to talk about? Any more news you want to bring up that wasn't on the list?
Yes, I want to talk about Persona 5 and how a bunch of special edition orders got canceled on Amazon for having dangerous products.
Interesting. Do we know what was dangerous in the products?
No one has any idea,
Not
not yet, and no one, and I forget who I mean, I can hold on. Let me look it up really quick to see what was in it.
It's like, come on, Amazon. It was just a live grenade. I don't see what the problem is.
Because I haven't actually looked at what comes in it when I looked at this article. Yeah, it's called Persona 5 Take Your Heart Edition. And let me look at what's in it. Persona 5 game, steelbook collectible case, soundtrack CD, 4-inch Morgana plush, which is this little cat thing that's in the game.
Okay.
64-page hardcover art book, school bag, and collectible outer box.
Wow, that's a lot. How much did that cost? Before I got
this, $89.99. That's on GameStop. I don't know if it's. I'm not looking at Amazon's right now.
It's $99.99.
It's $899.99. Yeah, eight. Hold on, $89.99.
I was like, it's $899. Oh my God. Honestly, that's not bad for all that stuff.
Yeah, especially since it's like all special editions and stuff with the game, and at least unlike some things like Mirror's Edge, it actually comes with the game.
Yeah, that was a weird thing. You know, maybe it's just
it's not the only one who did it, too. I forget what other special edition thing did it, but I know they weren't the only people who did that.
I've never bought a special edition of a game. So
Me neither.
I've can't say. Maybe the soundtrack was just too fire. That was the problem. This is like fire hazard.
Maybe. I honestly.
But people can still pick it up at GameStop, though.
Yeah, you can still get it from GameStop. Oh, or not. It's not available because I think they're sold out of pre-orders right now.
The best thing to ever happen to GameStop.
But yeah, it's not available yet. But the release date is the 4th of April. They ended. Yeah, I don't know why. It's really bizarre. The people. Obviously, the company who makes the game is like, we have no idea why, because there's nothing dangerous in it, we swear. And I mean, I can get why that if they thought there was a dangerous product in the, in it, they wouldn't want to sell it, because going back to Grand Theft Auto again, one of the games for their special edition, if you pre-ordered it, you got a brass set of brass knuckles, which is illegal in some states. So
we're just going to give you a weapon that if you use, you'll be charged with a felony.
Yeah, and I mean, it was like related to the game, and I think it was just supposed to be like a prop, or not a prop necessarily, but it like said Grand Theft Auto on it. They gave them to a bunch of different people, I think, too, like different not necessarily Let's Players at the time, but people,
YouTubers, gaming personalities.
Not YouTubers, because I don't think YouTuber was very big at the time. I think it was just, like, people to promo it and stuff. And they had to recall all of them because they were illegal in some states, and they didn't realize that. And they were like, I don't know who's thought it was a good idea to send out a weapon, which, I mean, okay, is that kind of cool? It is kind of cool. You get a replica of an item in the game. But it's kind of like, oh, maybe we should have sent them, like, a little keychain or something instead.
Right,
because now we just sent these out. And I mean, I'm surprised, like, they probably could have gotten away with it. Because they can say, oh, we're not really responsible for it or something. But they called them all back, so it was fixed. But yeah, this is so bizarre. Like, I get if they're trying to avoid that instance, but there's nothing, like, I'm looking at it right there now, there's nothing in this that could be considered dangerous. I'm very curious to find out why, and they're working right now to fix it, because obviously they want people to get their games and the other stuff.
Well, that sucks. I'm sorry for anyone who had their pre-order canceled, and hopefully it gets sorted out.
Yep.
Yeah. I have two things I want to talk about. One, Twitch is playing all the episodes of Power Rangers right now. And it's pretty great. It's a huge nostalgia trip for me, personally. Last I checked, they were on Lost Galaxy, but that was like 12 hours ago, so they're probably on the next season after that. And as for my second thing I want to talk about, I want to give a quick shout out to Colin Moriarty. Politics aside, your gaming know-how is probably the reason why I'm talking about video games right now. You really your writing and your podcasting really showed me that there's room for interesting in-depth conversation surrounding video games, and I want to wish you well in your future endeavors. You'll never watch this video, but that's okay.
Hopefully he'll learn to keep certain comments to himself.
He definitely will not. If there's anything hope. I know, he won't.
Well, you can always hope.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be worse. It could be the whole JonTron scenario.
Yeah. Oh God. Oh my God. I listened to that on Tuesday. I was like, it can't be that bad. And I listened to it and I was like, oh, it's that bad. Okay.
Did you watch his he addressed it on his Twitter. He didn't upload it to his channel.
No.
But he made a video where he addressed it.
I'm pretty over JonTron at this point. You know?
Yeah.
I was like, I don't need to watch. I loved him. I used to think he was the best, but now there's so many other options for me. I don't need to deal with that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we won't go any more into it for obvious reasons. But do you mind if I promo a friend's project?
No, really this quick? Is your channel, so.
Oh yeah, it is. So you have to sit here and let me promo them.
Okay.
So my friend, I'm debating what to call them by.
Okay.
I'm just gonna call them by their name. A friend from another community I'm a part of named Morgana. Her and a bunch of other people are making this game called what is it? AIdol? Yeah, AIdol. It's basically a visual novel where you go and you try and help this character named Aiko, and she's basically a sentient AI, hence the name AIdol.
Mm-hmm.
And they're actually on Kickstarter right now, and their goal is to reach $6,000. The game is going to come out whether or not they reach the goal, but the idea is if it gets funded at A, helps all the artists and people working on the game get paid quicker, and also it helps the project come out smoother, and then any funds that are raised for the game and any money it makes later down the road, once it gets greenlighted on Switch, because it also helps with fees for that and stuff, will also go on to another project they have down the road in the future.
Cool.
So it's a really cute game. I saw my friend Starlit Knight play it. I'm going to play it on my channel, the demo rather, this upcoming week, hopefully.
That's
we'll see.
Awesome. I love it.
But yeah, I'll pop a link down below so you guys can go check it out. It's a very, very cute game. If you like Hatsune Miku or any of that stuff, go check it out. The characters are all really cute, and that's pretty much all I have to say. She explained it a lot better. She did a live stream earlier that I came in on, and
maybe we can link the live stream in the description as well.
Well, it's on the Kickstarter page.
Oh, okay, yeah, so even better.
So so it's right on there. And right now they're like a sixth of the way to the goal.
How much time's left?
As of today, which is
19th.
March 19th. Yep, 19th of March. Wait, what was I asked? What did you ask?
How much longer do you have?
24 days as of today. So probably by the time this out, it will probably be closer to 20 days.
All right. Make this happen,
or something
people.
like that. But
make some artist's dream come true.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Is she an artist or she? Yeah, I think she is one of the artists. Yes? Question mark.
I mean, she's making a game. She's an artist. Gaming's art.
Well, yeah, but I don't know how to explain it. Just because you make a game doesn't necessarily mean you work on the art in the game. So that's it's more of you're a game dev rather than an artist.
Right.
Right.
I guess we don't have to get into is gaming art or whatever, that conversation, but make someone's
Yeah,
dream
she
come
doesn't.
true.
Yeah, she's assisted in the writing the program and other creative tasks. So she probably does work on the art a little bit, and she's worked on A More Beautiful World, Forgotten Not Lost, When Our Journey Ends, and Connection Pending, which is the upcoming project that's going to be after this one.
Cool. Well, I will definitely download the demo if I can and stream it. And this is fun. I'm looking forward to this.
I don't know if you'll like it.
That's okay.
Okay.
I can pretend to, no matter what.
Yeah, not because I'm saying like it's not. I think it's something more up, like it's a visual novel, so it's something a little more up my alley. So that's why I'm like, I don't know if it's something up your alley, but I guess we'll see.
Yeah, I'm always looking for different experiences. So something to keep gaming fresh, you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
And is that pretty much it for
That's
today?
all I got. You can subscribe
Right.
to my channel at youtube.com/thegoodone, as always, and on Twitter at @theFakeBmar.
Yep, and you guys can just like this video and subscribe to me. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram and Snapchat and all those fun things too. And I think that's pretty much it for today. We hope you guys enjoyed the show, and see ya!
Bye.